What's poppin', yo? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at some Jujutsu Kaisen Lego minifigures. So first we are going to look at Itadori, who has some amazing torso printing, leg printing, side torso printing there, as well as back torso printing, with a little bit of a Sukuna face print there, which looks pretty menacing, and even some back leg printing. And he does come with some black flashes, a pretty excited facial expression there, and his hairpiece, which is the black on top with the no, red on top with the black on the side, which looks more like Sukuna than Itadori. However, he does also come with some bonus accessories, so you can make a Sukuna here, because we have a spare body and a spare headpiece, for Sukuna with his abs, his arm printing, his back torso printing there, and a little bit of a disappointed look or a groaning look. And he does also come with the finger, which I think is really cool, which can be held in the minifigure's hand, just like so there. I think that is really cool and really unique. I wish they would have given us another like leg piece, just as a spare one to give to Sukuna, and like a spare head or hairpiece. I just think that would have been so much better. Moving on to the, best sorcerer, we have Gojo, who has this nice purple and black color scheme compared to the blue and red that Itadori has, and he has a black little neckerchief there. He has the bright blue eyes, and he has some nice leg printing, side torso printing, back torso printing, and he does have a very kawaii, like, back facial expression. However, his hair does actually cover his eyes to make him the official Satoru Gojo there, looking pretty confident in what he's doing. And I do like that you have options. Moving on to his best friend, we do have Megumi here, who is one of my favorite characters from Jujutsu Kaisen, who has a nice, very similar torso piece to Itadori, just swapping out the red additions. And he does have a bloody back facial expression where he's ready to summon Maharaga, and honestly, he looks very cool. He does come with one of his demon animals here, which is the bird one, which actually is the glider in Fortnite, which is pretty cool. And he does have a nice spiky hairpiece, which actually comes into two different pieces. And the hair actually covers his eyes there, which is a little unfortunate, but there's not much you can do. And you can't really have him turning his head because of his neckerchief thing there. That is very similar with some of the other characters. The neckerchief gets in the way of them turning their heads, so they can basically only look forward. However, Nabora does not have that problem. Here she is with her little bit of a psycho look, with her curse mark, her nail, and her hammer there. Some nice arm printing, leg printing, torso printing, side torso printing, and again, they could have just been lazy and given all four of these the same torso print, but they didn't. They swapped it up a little bit and gave each and every one their unique print, which I think is really, really good of them. And then we have a little bit of a disappointed look for Nabora on the back there, which I don't really know why she has a disappointed look, but I do like her crazed expression a lot more, so I am going to put her nice hair mold over that one. I think that's it for heroes. So let's go on to the villains and the curses. So let's go on to Mahito, which is my favorite curse out of the bunch, who has some nice printing there as well, some different arm printing. You know, it's not the same on both sides. And he has a crazed expression on the back, but a pretty happy, sort of more nonchalant, confident expression on the front. And the overall printing on this figure is genuinely really cool. He also has his hairpiece, which does, go over his shoulder there and complete his look with just Mahito there as well. I'm going to put him next to Nabora for no real reason, but, moving on to the next one, which is this guy. I forget his name, but he's like Gojo's best mate, which got his brain transplanted. And he does have the Gojo box seal with him as well, which is pretty cool. And he has some nice printing all around, and again, a pretty psychotic back facial expression where he's laughing pretty hard, a little too hard if you ask me. Constantly calling people monkeys, and he does have another two-piece hairpiece, very similar to Megumi, but his little top knot at the back does come out. And yeah, that's pretty much him. moving on to the Groot character, who has, all white. So just turning the brightness down here, has different pieces which come out of the like eyes there. They came attached together on a weird like little rubber piece. Very nice torso printing, a lot of detail there, a new head mold, and even a new neck attachment there with the flower on the back. Some nice torso printing, leg printing. Overall, a really nicely detailed figure, and has a couple of new molds. However, speaking of new molds, the last guy, the volcano guy, the guy that Sukuna one-shots, he has two new molds because his head and neck attachment are two separate molds. One attaches to the neck pole and then the other attaches to the bonus piece. He does have two red fire things. However, he did come with flesh tone hands instead of blue hands, which is very strange to me. I don't know why he came with flesh tone. He should have really came with blue. But he has this nice sort of cheetah pattern going around him. Very nice printing, all around. Very nice color detailing. And I'm not a huge fan of him. But this is the Jujutsu Kaisen Wave 1 of figures from the knockoff Lego company. And personally, I think they are pretty good. It's a good selection of characters. Very unique. It fits the vibe of season. Bless me. Thank you to all of you that wrote in the comments as well. Fits the vibe of the first season. However, I would have liked the others from the other school to be here, like Panda and Toji and the clapping guy. I think those would have been really cool ones. Maybe even Choso, but maybe that'll be good for a wave 2 or a figure pack number 2. So we'll just have to wait and see who we can find and who we can get our hands on over the next couple of days. But other than that, I don't really have too much else to say, so I hope you all did enjoy. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day, and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.